Hey everybody, it's Candy, aka Brown Eyed Girl 69. How y'all doing today? Well, I guess I'm coming back on here to not rant and rave, but just to give my opinion on a few things. I don't know why I'm always triggered by these kinds of things, but maybe it's because I know it's all bullcrap. And it really breaks my heart when I see other people falling for the crap. All these Christians, they think that Jesus is on his way, man. All these disasters. You can tell them. There's this one woman that I watch on here, and is Watchwoman65. Oh yeah, people were telling her that this hurricane, that just happened, Hurricane Helene, was all man-made and everything, and directed by her. And she didn't believe it. No, no, it's all God. It's all God. God's bringing judgment on America. America's Babylon. Oh, we got all this war going on over in Iran and our Israel. She's paying more attention to that garbage than her local issues. But yeah, she's 100 dead certain, dead sure. It's like so many other Christians out there that Jesus is going to come and rapture them up and out of here. Sorry to say, y'all are going to be so disappointed. And I don't mean to sound cruel when I say this, but I'm going to be laughing my ass off when shit around the world starts popping off and all you people are still sitting here. Why? Because there's been people like me, many people like me, trying to tell y'all the truth about what's going on, but yet y'all don't want to listen. Y'all want to think that some God's going to come save you, and that God's something outside of you. You're the one that's the victim here, because you've been sold a bill of goods and believed it. Just like me, I was raised up in the church for 27 years. Believed everything they told me. I used to believe everything they told me. Everything that was on TV, everything that was at church, everything. I was a mindless sheeple. Didn't have a clue. And then 15 and a half years ago, I woke up. Almost 16 years now. I woke up. And my life changed. And now I'm out there spreading the truth, trying to share the truth to people that you are basically God inside of a human body, having a human experience. You are the universe experiencing itself. Everything I say can be proven. It doesn't take rocket science to figure it out. All you have to do is look at some symbols, do some reading, let that brain of yours start working up there, let go of all preconceived notions, and then that's when you realize, oh wow, this is the truth. I think I'm making this video because somebody called me a Satanist today. It was over on Facebook, and it's in this group called the official Dirty Kid Couch Surfing Group. I've been in this group probably, since at least 2012, 2013. I think I got in that group like right around the time I was going homeless or right before I got homeless. And basically it's a group of people all across the United States that will offer up you a couch, shower, food, etc., etc. If you're a traveling kid, or traveling person, whatever. There was a post made today about the Grateful Dead in there, and how they basically, were saying that the Grateful Dead was Satanists, that they were satanic, and they were Freemasons and all this other stuff, right? So I basically go on there and I make a comment, and I basically say, the ability that these Freemasons have, we have the same ability. It's just It's the intention behind it, you know? You could take two different people with the same goal, but do it two different ways. One that's more of a selfish way and one more of a community-esque type of way. And it's still going to work. It'll happen. Both people will be successful in their way. Just like all these people talking about the elite, the Illuminati, these evil beings that run the world. Well, they're no different than you or I. They just know how to manipulate energy to get their desired end results. And they also believe that there's not really any karmic action involved because of the fact that they tell us everything that they're going to do before they do it. They show us in TV movies, they show us in TV shows, in movies, in books, etc., etc. So if there's somebody out there that says, "Oh, I didn't know that," well, either A, you're completely blind, or B, you're too young to even have an understanding as to the dynamics that's been going on for decades. Okay? Ultimately, their goal is to become Mr. Smith and to control all the humans. And in essence, they already do. They do control the majority of the humans that believe in their bullcrap. Those people like me, when I used to believe everything, they don't need to waste their time on those folks because those folks aren't ever going to change their minds. There's only a small few percentage of people that when they are presented with the truth will actually accept the truth and change their life because of it. Excuse me. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I was having a little bit of an attack there, and I couldn't breathe, and I kept coughing, and I didn't want to continue to do that on film. So I paused the video and took care of my problem, my issue, and it was only 2 or 3 minutes. It didn't take me that long. And now I'm back. Now, I guess that's why I get triggered when I see stupidity out there, because it probably reminds me of the days whenever I was that way, and there were people out there trying to shake me up and wake me up. I wasn't having it. Heck, I was in a relationship with somebody that basically started trying to wake me up as soon as we got together. But I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't hear it. I just laughed it off, you know. Until one day, that information was up in my face, and I couldn't no longer deny it. And thus my journey began at the age of 39. Now I'm 55 years old. And all the things that's occurred to me in the last 16 years probably wouldn't have occurred if I hadn't have awakened out of my sleep state that I was in. I'm grateful for all things that happened to me, good, bad, indifferent. I'm grateful for all experiences, because to me, experiences are all about learning and growing. But at the time that you're in that actual experience, you might not feel like you're getting anything out of it, you know? But then once you get past it and you get through it and you look back, you can see the things that you needed to learn from that situation, you know? Like, when Daryl first died, I was like, why? Why is this happening? Actually, I should jump back a little bit further and say when Kelsey's dad passed away, which would be 22 years, October 30th. He died October 30th, 2002. I was 33 years old. He was 45. We'd been together for 7.5 years. Had a child together, you know. We'd been through the ringer. And I really loved this man. And then for him just to pass away, it made me wonder why this was happening, you know. Why am I going to have to raise my daughter on my own? You know. Then I met Daryl. If Dawn hadn't died, I would have never met Daryl. And my life would be completely different. And more than likely, I might not even be on this thing talking to you. Daryl died. It was his death that brought me out of homelessness. It was his death that allowed me to continue on with life. And to better myself. And put myself in a better situation. And give myself better opportunities. Because when it came down to it, he wasn't ready. He didn't want those responsibilities anymore. Daryl was done with Earth and living here and trying to do anything to rise above. Whereas me, I wasn't done. And even though I don't like, quote, working for the man, I'd rather work for the man so I can have a roof over my head than to live in a tent ever again. So that's why I continue to work. That's why I continue to do the things I do in my life to have what I consider luxury. Life can be lived without luxury. Life can be lived without having the necessities that modern day technology offers. But it's a little bit more difficult, and it's a little bit more time consuming, and it's a little bit more energy draining. Like now, example, I can make my coffee in probably 5 minutes or less. 4 or 5 cups of coffee, 5 minutes or less. For me and Daryl to make a cup of coffee when we were homeless took about 15 to 20 minutes just for us to heat up the water. We had instant coffee. We didn't have an electric coffee maker, obviously. But we had instant coffee, and we could boil water with our little propane cook stove that we had. But it took more time. And energy to do so. Showers. I have access to a shower that I can use every day if that's what I choose to do. Even though I usually don't shower every day. Simply because it's not that good for you. It washes away all the good things from your body, you know, and on your body. A shower wasn't designed to be utilized every day. Because I honestly don't believe that a human body can get dirty enough to need a shower once a day. And let's say, for instance, that person is working in an environment where they're going to get physically covered with dirt and are physically sweating for the majority of their work shift. There is no sense. There is no need to take a shower. Like me, I'm just a lonely grocery cashier, you know, just a lowly grocery cashier. I took a shower yesterday morning before I went to work. And today's Monday evening and I haven't had a shower yet. Now I do go to work tomorrow at 2 o'clock and I do plan on taking a shower tomorrow. before I go to work. But then I'll be off for a couple days, and I probably won't take another shower until Friday. So I'll take one on Tuesday, and then I'll take another one on Friday, unless I get extremely dirty or something happens between then that causes me to have to jump in there again. But yeah, luxuries, you know. A lot of these people don't realize how blessed they truly are. Because I've lived a life where I had nothing at all. You know. Where I was living off the generosity of other humans. I've been in storms before that were kind of scary, but I survived. All in the state of Oregon. It was 2013, September 2013. We were in Boulder, Colorado, and there was a 100-year flood that came along and wiped out a pretty good portion of Boulder. Not like a major portion, but a very utilized portion of Boulder. It wiped out. But with a little help from the government back then and some machinery and whatnot, cleanup didn't take long. Some people were displaced from their homes during that time frame. A lot of homeless people. Luckily, I don't think anybody lost their lives in that. I mean, there might have been a few people, but not like the devastation that has occurred over in the Appalachian Mountains. Now we got another hurricane barreling down on Florida, and all I can say is I hope and pray to God that those people are prepared. Because what we just witnessed a couple of weeks ago with this Helene, I think that was a cakewalk in comparison to what's coming next. These people that run this place are utilizing their knowledge to manipulate energy to play in their favor that gives them unlimited power and control. And it's all done from fleshly desires. We can utilize that energy as well and turn it around on them and utilize it for the betterment of the community. And we already see that that has happened in the Appalachian Mountains and in those small communities. Those people came together and did what they had to do to try to make things better in a situation in a time when things seemed pretty bleak. Unfortunately, death is something that happens on the daily. Whether it's from a natural disaster or not, people lose their lives across this plane daily. Just because that's part of the being human. Just like there's babies born every day across this plane. So as one life ends, another one begins. Life is eternal. Life is eternal. These fleshly bodies aren't eternal, but energy is. And as long as there is creative energy and consciousness, life will always continue on somehow, some way. But as time goes on as well, evolvement takes place. And that's why we see and hear of places like Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt. They all had their time, you know? They all had their opportunity. And power, the love of power, and manipulation, and monetary control was the downfall of all the great empires that came before the moment of time that we're in now. I truly believe that some of us wanted to be here to see this. Wanted to see the battle. Because there is a battle. It's a battle for your mind. A battle for your heart. So which way are you going to go? And which way are you going? And are you going to utilize this information for the betterment of your community, yourself and your community, or are you just going to utilize the information and the betterment for yourself? Because the process is basically the same, but it all depends on where your heart is in the midst of the process. And what you give your energy to. Are you giving your energy to the light, or are you giving it to the dark? And light and dark exist in all. But you get to choose and you get to decide. Anyways, enough of that. Just another Candy's rambling. But y'all have a good evening and day, wherever you may be. And until the next time, I'm out of here.